Okay, guys, we're back. Now, let's discuss to point number 5, which is resource mobilization. So, what is this? And let's study the introduction. When we say resource mobilization, is all the means that the organization should acquire, whether money, people, resources, all kinds of resources, for the implementation of the action plan. Para matapos yung tinatawag na plano. So, kailangan natin o i-manage ang ating resources. It goes beyond fundraising. It entails obtaining various resources from a multitude of partners by different means. So we're going to tackle or discuss not only money, but the people. Now, when we say resource mobilization, it could be seen as combination between resources, mechanism, partners, or people. Okay, usually pag sinabing resources, ito yung mga elements necessary for the running of an organization. Ito yung mga kailangan, whether materials, whether ito ay pera and everything, just to sustain the organization. Mechanism, it means which make it possible to obtain resources directly. How to obtain, how to acquire, paano natin gagawin yan? So, part of the coordination, part of the planning, and so yung mechanismo mismo, the system. Now, partners, person and or institutions providing resources. Ito yung mga sponsors, ito yung mga people who can help, lalo na yung mga nasa government, nasa non-government agencies. May mga tumutulong, like World Bank, and depende sa mga gusto natin. Now, let's define. What is resource mobilization? It is a process which will identify the resources essential for the development, implementation, and continuation of work for achieving the organization's mission. So, ang resource mobilization is a process from the day 1 to the last day of the mission of the project. Paano natin ito masusustain? Lalo yung mga workers na gumagawa doon ay kailangan sila nagtatrabaho, dapat maswelduhan, yung mga, to sustain this. And another thing is, saan manggagaling ang budget? Okay? From the government ba? From non-government organization? Or from the individual? O sa mga philanthropist na pwede nating sulatan o asahan. Okay. That's it. Now, bakit mahalaga ito? Number 1 is to diversify and expand resources. Okay. Ang resources mobilization, when we say mobilization, ay humahanap talaga tayo ng mga pagkakakitaan, ang mga tao, nire-recruit. Iba-iba yan . So, ito, ang mahalaga rito ay, sabi nga, yung diversity, iba-iba. So, hindi lang isang tao, hindi lang isang grupo, hindi lang isang, kasi pag merong isa lang na tinitingnan dito, ang mangyayari ay you are subject for that group of individual. He can dictate, Yun yung kaya dapat merong diversity. Yung resource mobilization helps to formulate an independent budget. Okay? So, na-formulate ka to spend in the program of the organization's liking. Meron kasi nagbibigay na, talking about money, ito for the certain, ito yung bahagi ko for the certain project or certain time. Mga ganun lang. To decrease dependency on others. Okay? Kasi pag isa lang yan, ang tendency is, yun nga, total dependent ka sa isang tao. to save oneself the chance of becoming contactors of foreign donors agencies. Okay? So, kailangan marami. For sustainability of organization and program. Pag nag-fail kasi yung isa, tuloy, merong tumutuloy na iba. To expand deep resolutions with stakeholders and community. To clean the image of the organization, expand relations. To fulfill responsibilities toward the community. Okay? Mapunuan pa. To run the programs based on the genuine needs of the community. To disseminate the good practices of organization. To develop new thinking and challenge the old traditions. To enhance the dignity of one's organization. So, resource mobilization. Okay. Now, the features that we are looking for the resource mobilization is resource identification. We should know them. Saan manggagaling, anong kakayanan. So, in identification of resource provider, same thing. Identification of mechanism to receive resources. Hanggang kailan, usually puro donation to. Expansion of relations with resource providers. Right use of resource. Depende sa sinabi ng mga resource provider. Knowledge and skills to resource mobilization. Human skills. Service, information, equipment. Seeking out new resources. Okay? Just to sustain our project. Thoughts of institutional sustainability, lower financial risk. So these are the features of resource mobilization in management. Okay, so paano natin magagawa yan? Look at the chart. Identify the objectives. Okay, nasa gitna yung resource mobilization. Okay, then prepare resource mobilization plan. Okay, identify, then handa mo na yung plan. Then agreement, okay, with sponsors and providers and kasama yung mga stakeholders. Then we have to implement the plan. Okay, hanggang kailan matatapos ang yan. Then of course after implementing, okay, nandiyan na yung project, then monitor and evaluation. Okay, ito yung bang objectives na sinet doon sa number 1 ay namimit. So, cycle lang yan, feedback. So, nandun tayo sa monitoring and evaluation. Now, yung resource mobilization ay tuloy-tuloy siya, nasusustain siya. Like, for example, let's say, an organization needs a building. Okay? Now, yung building na yun, this is their project para i-house or maybe a place of worship, ganon. So, mahirap yan na i-sustain. Okay? Kasi papagawa ka pa lang. Lalo na ang mga tao na place of worship ay mahihirap. Tapos, pero kailangan, merong objectives tayo. So, may plano tayo. May nakakuha tayong sponsor na napatayo yan. The question is, how will you monitor and evaluate or sustain or maintain that building? Kasi dapat included na rin sa plan yung tinatawag na maintenance. Okay? So, reasons for requirement in order to continue with its work, okay, and achieve the works and targets. The moment na meron tayong sinimulan, dapat ito ay matapos. In order to begin or plan for the new work. Okay? So, makagawa ng another naman. After a certain project, then a new project. In order to enhance or maintain relationship with community and individuals. Okay, so that is our goal, no? Yung magandang relationship. Government organizations, private organizations, or donor agencies, magkaroon ng tinatawag na coordination. for the development of the various conditions of the organizations. These are the reasons, and are the requirements for resource management, resource mobilization. Now, ano ba yung mga resources natin? Sabi ko na natin, hindi lang sa pera, we have technical assistance. Pero usually, money and cash. Diba? Ito ay kailangan natin to sustain the project. Pero kailangan din ng technical assistance and cooperation. Ito ay pumapasok mga volunteers, human resources, mga tao. Physical goods like yung nagpapakain, pagkain and everything just to sustain, para tuloy-tuloy lang yung trabaho. Pre-service and facilities, pati transportation and paggawa. So these are the resources that we need in planning. Now, resource providers. Sino yung let's identify yung mga tinatawag na resource providers. These are the organizations or the institution, probably school or those who are in the business. International non-government organizations, institutions. Ito ay nagbibigay ng tulong from World Bank, from other organization internationally. National governments, they're willing to help, basta maayos lang ang presentation ng ating project. Businessmen, organizations, private sectors, pwede nating lapitan sila. Actually, tumutulong sila. Yung mga big companies, San Miguel Corporation, PLDT, Globe, yung mga ganyan. And of course, individual. Usually, napo-focus lang tayo doon sa individual people, other groups, yun lang. Parang pangmaliitan lang yan. Ang government ay merong budget for this, para sa Now, factors, bakit yung mga tao ay tumutulong? Bakit sila ay, especially politicians, pag nilapitan mga politicians, bakit sila nagbibigay? Kasi for their own purpose. Ito yung nagmamotivate sa kanila. Next year or next time na merong election, dapat panalunin niyo ako. Makikita natin, nagpo-provide sila ng food and everything. Support. Social. Ito yung mga factors na sa business, sa religious, financial. Para sa business ay mag-improve pa yung kanilang yung income, yung return of investment. The moment nagbigay yan, ay, merong kapalit. That motivates them. Yung iba naman, pag nagbigay yan nasa business people, kinakaltas naman doon sa kanilang tax na babayaran. Same thing with religious. Pag gumawa merong purpose. Ang purpose nila, nagmamotivate sa kanila para dumami ang kanilang congregation. And of course, developmental and cultural. Para when we talk about cultural, palawakin ang kultura. Halimbawa, ang Korean, ay merong K-pop, merong mga singing, music, K-drama. Actually, naanunahan tayo ang Pilipinas ng kanilang kultura. So these are the things that motivates or factors that motivates why they help. Before we go to social actions, let's take a break.